y'all, and welcome to today's video. We are going to get ready together. I have new makeup here in front of me. I want to test it. I want to try it. I have some skincare updates for y'all. My hair is huge right now. I'm letting it cool and then I'm gonna like comb it out and stuff. But we're gonna get ready together. I have some new primer and foundation from L'Oreal, a Tarte concealer I'm testing. I bought this new palette that I've been seeing on TikTok a lot, this highlighter palette. We're gonna use the new Nomad palette, Half Magic blushes, lots of new things. We're gonna have fun today. And if you're new here, I want to say, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. I do upload lots of new videos every single week. I think I had 6 videos last week. So if you're looking for new fun makeup content, this is the place to be. I want to put some makeup on though, so let's jump into it. Okay, before we get started with makeup, I wanted to update y'all because I told you about a week ago that I was going to test out some of the new Martine Cosmetics skincare. Martine Cosmetics is a indie brand and I am so excited to see them expanding into skincare. Just remember throughout this video, when I say indie brand, that means independently owned brand, not owned by a big parent company. Anyways, so they sent me all their new skincare, but I wanted to incorporate it a little at a time into my skincare routine because if something didn't work for me, I didn't want to just be looking at like this whole pile of products, not knowing what was good, what I didn't like. So what I decided to start with is replacing my normal night serum with their night serum. This one has lots of actives in it. Hold on, I'm gonna have to look it up in English really quick. And then I decided to go with their like night moisturizing cream. So for the past, this is now, I have been using this 7 nights. I have used my normal toner at night. After I double cleanse my face, I go in with my toner and then I go in with this serum. And this is a very thick moisturizer. You can even, yeah, it says apply a thin layer to clean dry skin. For plumping and intense moisturizing effect, apply a generous layer as an overnight mask. So I have worn this twice now as an overnight mask. And then I've also used a little bit of this and I haven't used any other moisturizer at night or eye cream, anything like that. I've replaced these and this is what my skin is looking like. I think it's looking really, really nice. I did have a good skincare routine before, so I wasn't really having skin issues aside from some breakouts that I got from that Makeup by Mario foundation. But I wanted to update y'all. 7 days in, I'm coming on, no makeup, just my daytime skincare routine. These two I've incorporated in at night. I'm gonna test these a while longer, probably another week before I start testing out some of their other products. Oh, and the cleanser, the pump cleanser. Okay, I'll link all that down below. It's at Beauty Bay, so you can check it out if you'd like. Okay, let's get into the makeup. Let me push my hair back off my face because I know that really bothers some people when my hair's not off my face. I want to test, well, I bought 2 primers. We're only going to pick one today, but I also ordered, okay, so these are the L'Oreal Prime Lab primers. One says up to 24-hour pore minimizer, 1% AHA, LHA, BHA complex, blurs pores, skin looks smoother over time. This one says up to 24-hour matte setter, 1% LHA and salicylic acid. Grips makeup, no shine, skin looks rebalanced over time. And then I also bought the newly reformulated L'Oreal True Match Super-Blendable Foundation. I talked about a while ago how years and years ago, L'Oreal Pro Matte was my holy grail foundation. I don't even know how many tubes of that I went through. I would use it, repurchase, use it, repurchase. I had it in summer shade, winter shade. I love that foundation. And then I started to notice that I was getting terrible under the skin breakouts, and the same thing was happening to my sister-in-law. A lot of y'all in the comments told me that the same thing happened to you, that you were getting these horrible breakouts on your skin. You stopped using the L'Oreal foundation and the breakouts went away. So I was very excited when I saw that L'Oreal reformulated their True Match. New ingredients. I looked through the ingredient list and it looked like there was nothing on there that would be irritating to my skin. And L'Oreal has actually said they've remade their Pro Matte Foundation too. As soon as I can get my hands on that, I'm going to buy it. I know it's already available in Europe. I want that foundation so bad, but I did buy this, like I said, reformulated. So new formulas, new ingredients. I'm hoping for magic, okay? No breakouts, that's what I want. But we can only do one of these primers today, so I think I'm gonna go with the Pore Minimizer. Let's do that one and we'll test out the matte setter on another day. Okay, so it comes in a tube like this. I really like when foundations and primers and things like that come in tubes because I feel like you can really get all the product out. But it's like this clear pinkish gel. So let's see how it does. Okay, here's one side of my face with the primer. I definitely see it filled in some pores over here. Yeah, definitely filled in some pores, took down some of that shine from my skin. It feels really nice. It feels really smoothing. So, okay, let me prime the other half of my face and we'll do foundation. Okay, the primer feels nice. I feel ready for foundation. I bought the shade N6. I will say with the L'Oreal, they do definitely tell you cool, neutral, warm, but I wish some of the shades had more descriptions like, is it warm golden? Is it warm olive? Is it cool olive? Like, is it more red undertones? You know, like I wish we had a little more to go on. So let's see how this, ooh, I think I got a good shade though. I think that's looking pretty good. Let's do half of our face. I know I'm a little late to trying this one. I think it actually launched maybe a couple of months ago in this reformulated version, but I try not to test out like too many foundations, concealers, things like that at a time. And I've definitely been loving my NYX blurs, whatever their new blur matte, here it is right here in front of me. I was testing out the NYX one. So yeah, now I was like, okay, now I'm ready to try this one from L'Oreal. Okay, so foundation, no foundation. I definitely feel like it covered some of that discoloration. It looks to me like with the amount that I put on, it looks like I have a really nice medium coverage. Definitely not light coverage, but that looks nice. I'm impressed. This sponge actually is from Unearthly Cosmetics, their sponge trio. I love this. I bought this as soon as they like announced it because I was like, ooh, those sponges look cool. And of course I really love the brand. So this is really, really pretty foundation. Okay, let me do the other half of my face. Okay, here's the foundation. I think it's looking really nice. I think I did a good color match, especially once I do powder and bronzer and all of that. Like, I think it's looking pretty dang good. And I like the coverage. It's a very pretty medium coverage. A very skin-like finish, not matte, not overly dewy. So far so good. Let's do the Tarte C Concealer. So that was just called C Concealer, like this. Okay, this is, okay, did I tell you the foundation N6 neutral medium, and then this is 3-6 in medium tan neutral. So this is going to be darker than my foundation. This has a huge, no it's not, there we go. This has a huge applicator which I'm here for. I've been testing this a few times now, but loved the Dior concealer that I reviewed, what, a week or two ago. I loved the Makeup Revolution concealer. I've been trying the IRL concealer, and I haven't really given this one a fair chance. Like I said, I've used it a couple times, but I'm so feeling those other two that I just haven't reached for this one much. So this one definitely is a bit more hydrating. For reference, I should have started that way. For reference, I'm 35, I have oily skin. I live somewhere where it is humid, even in the wintertime. Honestly, it's humid. So I like products that are not so matte that they're drying, because again, I do have crinkles and stuff under my eyes, totally normal. But I need something to not be so hydrating that it settles weird and my oils eat it, you know, because if you have oily skin, you know, makeup will disappear. Like, the oil will eat it off your face. So this concealer, I have definitely, like, I need to really start using it more so I can give y'all my full review and thoughts on it. But it feels like it's more hydrating than some of my go-to concealers, but I've still enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to testing it and trying it some more. All right, here's our concealer. It's definitely hydrating, full coverage, but I'm gonna keep you updated on my thoughts. So far so good, but I definitely am looking lighter. I'm definitely looking lighter right now, but that's okay. When we do powder and all, it will balance out. I want to use one of these Half Magic blushes with y'all. We're just gonna go with this more nudie type color. This is the Cheek Fluff in Pink Mushroom, and Half Magic sent me all of their blushes. These components are not just like eco-friendly, they're actually like compostable, which I think is so cool. And then you can take the pans out and you can put them in a magnetic palette if you want to, something like that. But these are like a cream to powder blush, and I have really been enjoying putting them on before I set my face. I've used every shade now, and I want to use this one with y'all. This one looks really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to take this Half Magic brush and I'm going to pick this up. And then what I've enjoyed doing, look how pretty that is. Like, it's so pink. I kind of like bouncing it on with a brush and then going and pressing it into the skin with a sponge. So I just kind of get it on like this, and then I'll blend with the sponge. But I kind of like this brush too. It's pretty cool. I've been using these the past week or so and really enjoying them. If you've been watching my videos this week and looking in my description box, you know I've been wearing these a ton. Okay, I like this shade, but I actually want to go in with another shade too. This is Don't Be a Doll, and this one's a little deeper, and I want to keep this like deeper shade right back here. So I'm not going to bring it as low as I brought the lighter shade, like that. Yeah, and then I'll press it in with my sponge. So these Half Magic Beauty blushes have been really good. I've really enjoyed using those, but we are going to, here, I'm actually going to like flip this sponge on its side and kind of just like press the blush in. But we need to set the face with powder. I have a new powder. I bought the NARS Soft Matte Advanced Perfecting Powder. This is so thin, and I have to say, I haven't been absolutely loving it. I bought the shade Bay, and I don't know why. I didn't expect it to be this yellow, but it's okay. We're gonna apply this under the eye, to the T-zone, everything like that. And then for the rest of the face, I'm gonna set it down with this Juvia's Place. Well, the name of the product's not on here, but it's their new powder. This is what it looks like. This is in the shade Cameroon. So we're gonna set the rest of the face with that. Let me get a brush. Okay, I'm gonna take my sponge, make sure I don't have any like creases under my eyes, in my lines around my mouth, nothing like that. Just make sure everything's smooth. I'm gonna take my BK Beauty 108 and let's pick up this NARS powder. I've only worn this twice and I just was not absolutely loving it, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna set under the eyes. I'm gonna set right in here and we'll look at it side by side. Now remember, a powder is instantly gonna take shine away, of course, and make our pores look a bit better, especially when the light hits it and especially on my oily skin. But I feel like I have powders that just do it better. Not that I think this is a bad powder, I'm just not impressed. I'm not impressed. I feel like my NYX HD banana powder looks better than this one, honestly. And it's like $10. Sometimes I can get it on sale for like $7, I think. But yeah, there's the NARS. I love the NARS Soft Matte Foundation so much. I guess I was just expecting this to like blow me away. And it doesn't. And I originally thought I was gonna get this powder and use it as like a finishing powder, but I didn't realize it was so yellow. I saw it, but I was like, well, this is the shade they're saying to get, like if you use these shades of NARS foundations. So I don't know. I feel like it looks fine. Does it look amazing? Is it, in my opinion, worth the price I paid for it? No. Now, worth it is going to be different for everybody, right? Like, I don't know everybody's finances, but for me, I don't know that I needed to spend the money on it. So here it is over here, not set over here. I'm gonna set this side of the face and we'll continue on. Okay, I didn't say this earlier, I realized that I do have a lip oil on. I put on my Lunar Beauty lip oil in Love Me. This is my favorite lip oil ever, but we're gonna be doing a liquid lip later, so I wanted to put on my lip oil, go ahead and start getting my lips nourished, hydrated, all of that. But now I want to go in and kind of buff the rest of my face with this Juvia's Place powder. Now, Unearthly sent me some of their new brushes. They're coming out with these new brushes. I don't think they're available yet, but if they're not right now, because I am pre-filming this a little bit because I'm going on vacation, I will put a link to Unearthly and they will be coming soon. So I have a good bit of brushes right here, and I think for this kind of like buffing in powder, let's use this. I think this could also be good for like bronzer. It's like a kind of a pinched shape. But let's use it with this, Juvia's Place, Juvia's Place powder. Okay, so I'm gonna coat the brush and I'm just going to set down my face. And this, along with the bronzer that we apply later, should kind of like bring a little color back to my skin, because I definitely think I was looking a bit lighter than my neck and chest, which is fine, but I bought this Juvia's Place powder when I bought the foundation, and I really liked the Juvia's Place, their new Radiance foundation. I really liked it. I think the formula is really nice, but I just hadn't quite yet got my full thoughts together on this powder. So I want to keep using it, but I do think it's really pretty. I've been enjoying it. I'm just like, you know, I need to test it a few more times before I come back and tell y'all like, oh yeah, I really like this, you know? But doesn't that look pretty? It's just a beautiful way to set things down. I'm pretty sure this is marketed as like a powder foundation, and you could definitely take a dense brush like this blinged brushes. This one's a little more dense, and you could like pack it and swirl it and probably use this great as a powder foundation. I just don't like powder foundations, but I do like them to kind of like set and buff everything, and I think it can be super duper nice. So that is how the powder and all is looking so far. I got a brush bristle stuck to my lip oil. Okay, that's how we're looking so far. So good. Oh, I'm liking the way the skin is looking. Whoops. Let's go ahead and bronze though. Yeah, this powder, doesn't that look nice? I like that. Okay. I don't like that my lip oil is catching hair, but let's bronze before I do brows. I don't have a new bronzer that I'm reviewing right now, testing right now. So I'm just going to go in with my L'Oreal Infallible, because if you watch my yearly favorites, you know I love the L'Oreal Infallible bronzer. So good. So I'm going to take this. Oh, let me tell you, that first Unearthly brush was a UC8-14 brush, and then this one is a UC8-16 brush. So a bit smaller. Let's see how it works for bronzer. Okay, that's looking nice, right? I think so. Oh, that's a good bronzer brush. I knew the bronzer I liked, but I was like, let me try this kind of larger brush for bronzer, and I think that looks great. Okay, I'm going to finish bronzing up my face, and I'm going to fill in my brows. I filled in my brows with y'all on camera in my last Get Ready With Me, I think it was, so definitely check there. Okay, once brows are on, I feel like everything starts coming together. I want to wear a liquid lip. I want to do the lip before we do the eyes because I really want to wear this lip color. So this is like the starting point. This is Lime Crime Suedeberry. Suedeberry? Yeah. Anyways, it was in their like vault where they like brought out some of their limited edition shades. And I have not had a chance to wear this color yet. And you see, I don't know if this is going to work for me. I don't know that this color is what I want. This is like neon coral. Is this neon coral? What is this? What is this? Let me put down maybe a deeper lip liner, and we can use this. Let me just, I didn't even wipe my lip oil off. Okay. Let me put down a deeper lip liner, and we'll see. Let me see what I have. Okay, I kind of like wiped the lip oil off. I just have a little bit of the lipstick left, and I grabbed this lip liner. This is the Melt Perfectionist Lip Pencil. Love this lip pencil so much. The Perfectionist Lip Pencil from Melt, such a good formula. But this is the color in Corozon. Corozon. I am going to line my lips. This is a red. So this is a red. I'm going to line my lips with this, and then we'll try out that Lime Crime again. I'm thinking maybe I can like do like dark and then kind of like fade it in and then have this on top. Let's see. Okay, so I've put on the lip liner and now I'm patting in that Lime Crime liquid lipstick. I don't like this applicator. It's like not soft enough on the lips, and it feels kind of weird, and it kind of like smears around the product rather than like blending the product on seamlessly. So I don't know, like I don't really want to use that again. I don't really like that. Okay, my lips are kind of dried down. I'm gonna have to wash my finger off, and look what I have. Look at these glosses. I bought these from Queen Cosmetics a long time ago, and I never wore them with y'all. Like, I played around with them, but I never wore them on camera with y'all. So I bought this one. This is the Queen Hemp Infused Gloss. There's no shade name on this one. But this one's like a pink holographic, and then this one is in the shade Electric, which is like a silver holographic. So let's do the pink holographic one. I mean, it's a very glittery gloss, you'll see. Do you see that like holographic lip sparkle? And they have like a fruity scent to it. I can't place it, but it smells like fruit snacks. So this is more glitter on the lips, like a glitter topper, and less like a traditional gloss, in my opinion. It's really cool though if you want like glitter, not just some shimmer and sparkle. This is not subtle whatsoever. And I like the way it looks on top of this lip color. Very much, very, very much. Okay, what I want to do now that I'm done like looking at my lips, I'm going to wipe off this wand because it definitely had some lipstick on it and I do not want to ruin my gloss. So I'm going to wipe off that wand and then put it back. And we're going to play with the Nomad Death and Love palette, Love and Death, Verona, Romeo and Juliet inspired palette. Now, I did a full video with a close-up of this palette, 2 eye looks, swatches, all of that, but I want to play with this palette again because I think it's just so pretty. So I want to play with this again. I'm going to put on eye primer and we're going to create a look. I wanted to get the lip done first so I could kind of have a basis for what I wanted on the eyes. So I'm going to prime my eyes. We'll create, I'm loving the way this lighter pink blush, like it's a very subtle blush. I love the way that's looking with the lip. We're going to do eyes. Okay, so we're going to do something kind of in the pinky red family today on the eyes. So what I'm going to do is prime my eyes with my Sigma eye primer. I love my Sigma eye bases. I used up an entire Ignite and I went on the Sigma site and I bought some more because I love it. If you have oily lids, if you want your shadows to pop, not crease, all of that, I love these. But today I'm not going to use Ignite, my holy grail. I'm going to use the shade Persuade. So you can see it's more like cool toned, more pinky tone. Since we're going to do those types of shadows, I thought let's go in with a pinky tone primer. And I'm going to blend this out. Let me see, I'm just looking. I have 2 different brushes here from Unearthly. Well, I think we'll go in with the UC817. I'm going to blend in or spread out, whatever you want to call this eye primer. And then we'll go in with these shadows from Nomad. I really want to use this bright red right here called Love, and then I really want to use this deep purple down here called Dark. Yeah, I really want to use those. So that's what we're going to start with, but first I'm just going to blend in this primer. You can definitely see here that it's more pinky in tone. It's not pink. I wouldn't call it pink, but I would say it's definitely more cool tone than I normally go for with my primers, but that'll be perfect for these. Okay, I'm gonna put some shadow on. I'm gonna be using this Sigma brush from the Alice in Wonderland set that they did. And I'm gonna be using some of my brushes from my Sigma favorite set. If you didn't know, I have a favorite brush set with Sigma. I'm so happy with it. It took me months to select my perfect brushes. And I have not washed brushes in so long. I think most of them are dirty. So I'll kind of tell you as we go about my brushes. And I'll link everything I can down in the description box for y'all. But look how pretty that red is. It's pretty. It's pigmented. Again, if you didn't watch my video on this palette and you're curious to see swatches and my thoughts and all of that, definitely check that video out because this palette is so good. Okay, now I'm going to take that deeper purpley shade called Dark and put that in the outer corner. Don't worry, like listen, it's not blended. We'll get there. It's not a big deal if every step of your eye look is not perfect. What matters is when you are done. Even then, it doesn't have to be perfect. Do you like it? Cool. Who cares what Wilma in accounting thinks of your eye look? You know, like, wear your makeup for you. Wear your makeup for you. But I am going to blend more in a minute. But I wanted to get the red on and then get this purple added so I could start kind of like visualizing what I want this eye look to do. This Sigma brush is from my favorites set. And I'm just using this to build up this outer corner. All right, now what I want to do is grab this dual-ended Sigma brush and go into the shade Light. This is lighter than this red shade, and it's kind of like that liquid lip, right? So I'm going to tap my brush off because I don't want too much of this. Like, I'm tapping the brush off. So I just have a little of this shadow, and I'm just going to buff and blend right along the edges to soften things up, but keep it really colorful. Now, if you want to do a colorful look and you're like, I'm so intimidated by how bold colorful looks are, do what you want to do. You don't have to wear colorful looks, but a great way to start playing with color is to keep the color low. Now you see I'm pulling this up higher and higher because I want a bold, in your face look today. But if you want to keep the color really low, just start with maybe like neutrals in your crease, neutrals on the lower lash line, and just do like a colorful lid. That's a great way to start. And just not bringing up the color so high can be a fun way to maybe start like experimenting with colorful shadows. Okay, this is looking so cool and I'm so happy with it. I want to take this black though called Death. Yes, let's get right in there. I'm picking this up on this Sigma brush, and this is going to go on my lower lash line. So I'm going to put it right there on the lower lash line, and I am going to buff it out. Buff, buff, buff it out. Yep, just like that. All right, I really want to do 2 shades on the lid. And what I kind of want to do is do a little tiny bit of Tragedy, this really like shifty shade right here. It looks purple, bronze, something like that. And I think this one right here, Romeo. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to start with Romeo actually. I'm going to pick that up on my Sigma brush, and I am going to spray my brush to help like just kind of help boost it and minimize fallout. Okay, so I'm going to put this shade on the lid, on the inner part of the lid. It's very sparkly, very pretty. This shimmer, along with some of the other ones, are pressed pretty firmly into the pan. So what I like to do, I mean, I say they're pressed firmly. That's not a bad thing. I'm just telling you, I kind of like swirl my brush around in there to make sure I'm picking the shade up. And I do like to use brushes like this. They're a little fluffy because I feel like it really makes the shimmers pop. Okay, I really like how this looks. Now we're going to add in that shade Tragedy. And I'm just lightly going to press it in between that matte purpley shade and that shimmer we put down. So it's just going to be a little subtle pop right there. And then I am really happy with how this is looking, but I want to add just a little bit more. I feel like we need just a little more for this look. Okay, now I'm taking that hot pink shade Rose on a Sigma brush, and I am just blending this low. Under the black, I wanted more drama. I have time, so I wanted to bring this lower, but I didn't want to bring it like the black that low. I wanted to incorporate more of this pink. So I'm just blending that, and that was this shade right here. Okay, I could definitely use a shadow from that palette for my inner corner, but I don't want to. I have bought this palette. This is the Your Highlight is Too Bright palette from, who is this from? Mary Leah Scott Cosmetics. Okay, so I had never heard of this brand, and somebody, one of you, if you're here, say hey. commented on one of my videos or TikTok or Instagram and was like, do you like this palette? And I'm like, I've never heard of that. Let me look into it. And it looks like people on TikTok especially love this palette. And it's colorful highlighters. And I love a colorful highlighter so much. So much. I've tried so many. I love colorful highlighters. I love highlight palettes where I can mix and match. So when I saw this, I was like, ooh, let me buy that. Let me buy that and test it out. My favorite colorful highlighters are Unearthly Low Light Highlighter Palette, Bella Beauty Bar Oracle Chrome Highlighter Palette, and the Odin's Eye Single Highlighters. Like, those are the ones I would say if I'm looking at colorful highlighters, colorful being the key word, those are the ones that I love. Like, those are the top 3. Those are the top 3. But I'm like, let me try this. Let me see. Because I have lots of other ones that I love too, that I really, really enjoy for different reasons. So looking at this, I want to use this on the face today, but I thought, let's try maybe this purple on the inner corner. And I saw a lot of people just say like this was the most intense highlighter ever. And I want to see how that translates to the face, because all colorful highlighters are not created equal, right? So some of them have a base to them, which is one of the reasons that I like Unearthly Low Light so much. Is I know when it was launched, Unearthly said that they really made that colorful highlighter palette with deeper skin tones in mind, because it doesn't have like that white base to it that a lot of shifty colorful highlighters will have, and that white base can leave a cast on deeper skin. Now, I do not have deep skin tone, but I still like that kind of transparent base. I think it's really, really beautiful on the skin, really on everybody I've seen it on. I think it's beautiful. And then the Oracle Chrome Highlighter Palette from Bella Beauty Bar, I love. I have videos on all of these, by the way. It has such a beautiful finish to the skin. It has a multi-chrome highlighter in there. It doesn't sit on top of the skin. It looks so gorgeous. And then the ones from Odin's Eye, I get questions sometimes like, how does such and such compare to this such and such highlighter from Odin's Eye? And within the Odin's Eye colorful highlighters, there are different formulas. And Odin's Eye site says that they are different formulas depending on the shades. So it's hard to just like compare because there's multiple formulas there, but they are intense. Some of them have such intense sparkle that I love. So I love colorful highlighter, and as somebody who loves colorful highlighter, I'm interested to see how this is going to apply on the face. I talked way too long about that, I am aware, but I wanted to kind of give you like a reference for my thought process, what I like. I think it's always helpful to know what people like when they're testing new products, you know? So I'm going to use this on the inner corner, and then we'll do this pink one, more pinky one on the face. Now this one looks like it has less of a base pigment than this purple one. And you know what? I haven't swatched this palette, but before I put this video up, I will. So let me pop in some swatches for y'all. Heather from the future coming in with swatches so that y'all can see how this palette swatches out too. But let's see. All my brushes are dirty. All the brushes are dirty and the sky is okay. Let's take Viral, that more purple toned highlighter, on this Sigma brush and pop that right there on the inner corner. That looks pretty. Okay, that worked out great for the inner corner, huh? Great, great. Let's put on a cheek highlight now, and let's do that pinky one. I got this brush from Unearthly, and I was originally thinking like for under eye, but I wonder if this will work for highlighter. Let's try it. Why not? We can use our brushes for whatever we want to use them for. So I'm picking up IG Baddie. Let me see. Okay, so here's what it looks like, no highlight. Okay, that's pretty. That's pretty. This is my first time ever using this on the cheeks. So first impression, of course, but that's pretty. Lots of sparkle to it. Okay, now I know y'all saw the swatches, but again, I haven't swatched it yet, but so far I'm seeing like pink and purple and maybe even like some white silver type sparkle. And I say sparkle, not glitter, okay? Not glitter. When something's a pressed glitter, I will tell you. All right, let's put a little down my nose, and then I'm gonna go in with eyeliner, mascara. Listen, I've been testing out this mascara, this e.l.f. Lash N Roll. I think I've worn it like 5 times now. I hate it, but I'm gonna use it anyways because I wanna keep using it. But I'm going in with the Kiss Meredith Duxbury All Nighter Lash. Kiss sent me some lashes. All the ones I've tried from the Meredith Duxbury line, I have really, really liked. I've really, really liked. So I'm excited. I'm gonna put those on, and then I'm gonna come back because I definitely want to share some of my thoughts on these new products. All right, y'all, here is the finished look. Now that we have lashes on, I made sure everything's nice and blended. I put a little bit of product in my hair. Everything will be linked in the description box. Definitely check there if you have any questions. But let's kind of talk about some of these new things that I tried. I'll tell you like my first impressions, if it was new, things like that. Here, I have it. I'm like, where did I put everything? Here. Okay. Let's talk about this primer and foundation combo. I am very curious to keep using this new foundation, see how this new formula is. Again, from what I looked at on the ingredients, I didn't see anything that would irritate my skin, and I do think this looks really, really beautiful. I'm excited to wear it, got a hair in my mouth, to see how long it lasts on my skin, all of that. If you are new here, I will let you know that I always do follow-up reviews. So I love testing new things on my channel, doing first impressions, second impressions, tutorials, things like that. But every few weeks, I do speed reviews on palettes, and then I do reviews on everything else, where I come back, I'll let you know my thoughts after I've put something to the test and really have a review ready for y'all. So this, I will definitely keep testing, trying, and we will follow up once I've been able to use it more. You know, I want to try the primer with different foundations. I want to try the foundation with different primers, setting powders, concealers, all of that, you know, on days where I'm doing different things. So far, so good, and I will definitely keep you updated on those. The Tarte C concealer, I'm pretty sure this is the like Flex concealer. It just doesn't say that on the bottle. I'm not sure why, but I like it. It's like a full coverage, creamy, hydrating concealer. I'm gonna keep testing this. Again, I need to really put complexion products to the test before I come back with my reviews. I will say this NARS powder, I don't think it's a bad powder by any means, but for a NARS price point, I want to really be wowed. I like a pressed powder sometimes, and I like a loose powder that I really press in with a sponge or a puff sometimes as well. But I don't think it's fair to compare a pressed powder to a loose powder because it is quite different. But using this powder, I don't think it's any better than my NYX HD powder. So I'll keep using it, but so far I'm like, it's fine. Like, it's fine, but right now, again, I've only used it a few times. Right now, I'm like, no, it's not worth that high price tag. So next up, the Juvia's Place powder. I'm just about ready to review this. I've been testing it, trying it. I think it looks beautiful. It is a more mattifying powder with the way I use it with a fluffy brush to buff and finish. It definitely does give me some color, gives that mattifying effect, and just buffs everything into place really, really well. Again, I can't speak to the foundation claims because I just don't like powder foundations, but I am enjoying this so far. Again, it will be in a follow-up review. The Half Magic blushes, again, I was using Pink Mushroom and Don't Be a Doll. I'm loving these. I've worn every single shade now. I've worn them multiple times. I think they're a beautiful like cream to powder blush. I've worn them under powder, on top of powder. Me, my oily skin, the way I prefer to do my makeup, I like to put these on before I powder my face, and I think they're really pretty. I just wanted a subtle blushed look today, and these were perfect for that. This, Your Highlight is Too Bright highlighter palette. I'm going to have to test this some more. What I have on today, I like it. I think it's pretty. I don't know that it's going to become a new favorite for me. And not because it's like too bright, but I don't know if I'm like in love with the finishes and all, but I'm going to keep testing it and keep trying it. These Meredith Duxbury lashes I think are so pretty. I really like Kiss lashes. I think they're so nice. The Unearthly brushes, these orange ones, I mean, I already have brushes from Unearthly that I use like almost every day. They're older ones with the green handle. Like here I have this one. I love this one for finishing powder. So I kind of expected to like these because I do have brushes from the brand. These are just new shapes, new colors. But of course, we'll keep using those. We will keep on using those. And the Nomad palette, I mean, like I said, I have a video, 2 looks, swatches with this. I've really been enjoying this. I think this is in the running to become my favorite palette from the brand. The color story is very me, and I'm glad I got to create another look for y'all. Maybe you enjoyed. I will say, listen. If you are on a low buy, a no buy, if you have goals, stick to your goals. I think that's amazing. Shop your stash. See, do you want to recreate a look like this? See what you have in your collection. If you are interested in these products, again, I'm going to keep using them and review them, but I feel like this was a fun video testing new makeup. I feel like I was able to give y'all some first impressions, some kind of follow-up thoughts. I'm going to keep on with the Martine skincare, and I had a lot of fun getting ready with y'all. I keep looking down, and I'm like, I'm just not loving the way that powder is looking. I don't know. I just feel like normally I look like more smooth in here, and it wouldn't be the concealer, because even though I haven't reviewed the concealer yet, like I said, I have tried it a few times and I just haven't noticed that. So I have a feeling it may be the powder, but we'll see. Who knows? Okay, I will keep testing, trying, playing. I hope you're having an amazing, whoop, is this one hair? There we go. I'm like, I know I curled that hair. It's just damaged. Just like, girl, leave us alone. Stop. Okay, anyways, have a good day. Please subscribe. I have lots of videos coming, lots of videos planned, and I will see you very soon in another one. Bye!